The following is a live presentation of News Channel Nebraska Sports.
Fortunately for Mackenzie. Haley Penny of Cedar Rapids is up next.
Bobby Leanne Walters. We are here at the Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska. We sponsored in part by Xarban and TransCanada. We are going to bring to you the girls and boys cutting events that got started off last night here in McCook. Stay tuned as we go through these results. When we come back, we will be going through the pole bending. Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska, with cutting events sponsored by Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference at www.landmarkimp.com. We start the evening off with the boys cutting with JT Bradley Brewster, Nebraska, scoring 71 points. Mason Ward closely trails him with 72 points, and Mark Kasperbauer rounds out the first performance with a high score of 74 points. Rounding out the rest of the evening, we see fourth place Josh Powers of Arthur, Nebraska with 70.5 points, followed by a tie in fifth place with Ty Bass and Chase Miller with 70 points. Again in seventh, Colton Storer of Sutherland, Nebraska scores 66 points, and rounding out that round in the first performance is Wasey Flack of Maywood, Nebraska with 60 points. In the second round performances, Mason Ward of North Platte and Colton Storer of Sutherland both split that second and third place standings with 72.5 points. Mark Kasperbauer of Spalding, Nebraska wins with a half-a-point lead with 73 points. Mark has a great finish to the weekend, winning both the first and second round performances. Finishing out the second round performances, Josh Powers of Arthur, Nebraska lands in the fourth place with 72 points. JT Bradley follows him from 69 points, and Wasey Flack closely trailing him with 66 points. Ty Bass of Brewster, Nebraska trails with 65 points, and Chase Miller of Broken Bow with 62 points. On the girls' side of the events, Concy Bader of Palmer, Nebraska and Skylar Swanson of Arthur, Nebraska split second and third with 72 points. Brooke Bruschenhauser of St. Library, Nebraska finishes just a half a point ahead with 72.5, finishing in that first place spot. And finishing out that first round performance in the girls is Bailey Witt and Maddie Dorr splitting fourth place with 70 points. Savannah Jordan of Harrisburg, Nebraska with 69. Closely trailing her is Morgan Kessler with 67 points. Kesha Dargoff of Broken Bow with 66, and Alexis Rugar of Springfield, Nebraska with 65. In the second round performances for the girls, Bailey Bilby comes in third place with 70 points. Skylar Swanson again scoring great in the second round with 71.5 points. Morgan Kessler comes from 7th to 1st in the second round with 72 points. Finishing out the girls cutting in the second performance is again a tie for fourth place with Concy Bader and Brooke Bruschenhauser with 69 points. Alex Rutar comes up to 6th place in the second round with 68 points. Kesha Dargoff of Broken Bow with 67, splitting that with Taya McMillan, Maddie Dorr of Creighton, Nebraska with 62 points. We're here in McCook, Nebraska for the high school rodeo. We are on the pole bending sections. We have Jace Eklund coming up as she enters into the arena. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by TransCanada and Xarban. TransCanada is safely delivering an energy Americans need every day. Here she comes into the arena. She brings it home here with an unofficial time of 20.958. The pole bending is brought to you by Valley Vet in Kansas. We are here again. Cheyenne is up next. A Valentine, Nebraska cowgirl here. Gonna make sure that all those poles are up and ready to go. In the pole bending, if an athlete knocks down a pole, they get a 5-second added penalty to their time. So it's something that we want to try to avoid. Here comes Cheyenne into the arena. As she goes through those pulls, her horse will change leads, creating a smooth pattern down there. Oh, a little wide on the end. Keeps coming. One more pull and she'll take it home there. The Valentine, Nebraska Cowgirl ends with a 25.955 time.
Shauna Bailey of Lakeside to right next, followed by Cheyenne Hammond, then we'll race. Shauna Bailey of Lakeside.
Shauna Bailey of Lakeside is up next. Here she comes. In the pole bending, they also get a running start, which is very helpful to come down into the arena. She makes that first turn, weaves in and out, changing those leads again. Here she comes. Shauna Bailey is going to bring it on home from Lakeside, Nebraska, with a time unofficially of 22.394 seconds.
22.394. Cheyenne Hammond of Valentine will be our final pole bender in this race. Cheyenne Hammond.
Alrighty, Cheyenne Hammond from Valentine, Nebraska is our next cowgirl. She again will come in. We have another Valentine cowgirl who just went, Matea Eklund, who did very well as before her. Again, your pole bending is brought to you by Valley Vet out of Kansas, Nebraska. Here she comes home. Speedy time of 21.535.
21.535.
She is the final cowgirl before we rake here. After 5 pole benders, we always rake the arena and we make sure that those horses get exactly what they need on the traction and everything on the grounds, which is great. Yes, we again, thank you for tuning in to News Channel Nebraska on NCN Sports Now for all of your coverage of high school rodeo, again here in McCook, Nebraska, for the Southwest High School Rodeo.
Exarban Foundation provides a collective voice of caring leadership and vision for the future.
It's an overpowering feeling when you open an envelope and inside is a scholarship offer. I would like very much for as many people as possible to have that opportunity.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
Exarban Foundation. Giving back, moving forward. Visit us at exarban.org.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference. www.landmarkimp.com.
To the first live broadcast of Nebraska Rodeo, sponsored in part by Chance Canada and Exarban. We're here at the Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska. And again, we started last night off with the girls and boys cutting. Now today we bring you the pole bending, sponsored in part by Valley Vet. Coming up is Rita Day.
Reset, we're ready to go. Rita Day, Fleming, Colorado.
Rita Day is from Fleming, Colorado. She was a national qualifier last year. The speedy little girl here. She is the only national qualifier that we have in our listings today. And here she comes home. Bring it on home, Rita. 21.385, unofficial time.
21.385.
She is one of our top leaders from today.
Next, followed by Alexis Hollenbeck and Bailey Witt. Katie Hesseltine.
Katie Hesseltine of Halsey, Nebraska is our next cowgirl. Again, the pole bending today is brought to you by Valley Vet. Get all your vet supplies in Kansas and Nebraska at valleyvet.com. Go and check them out, and we'll see what they. Here comes Katie Hazelton. She turns that first pole, weaves in and out, smooth run there. Oh. And as Katie comes home, we do have a +10 for those two knocked poles. Again, anytime a racer ends down or lands down a pole, it's a plus time of 5 seconds. So 32.569.
We reset poles. We do have the official results of the tie-down roping. First place, Clayton Simon. Second, Clay Bauer. Third, Zachary Hamer. And fourth place, Corey Larson. Finishing fifth, Cameron Jensen. Quade Potter was sixth. Ryan Channing seventh. Colton Storer eighth. Quentin Anderson ninth. And Austin Herbert was 10th. Back into more pole bending. Alexis Hollenbeck of Valentine.
Here comes Alexis Hollenbeck of Valentine, Nebraska. Another Valentine. We've got several Valentine girls. Who knows? They may even travel together. Here she comes down the runway. Turns the corner here. Weaves back in and out of those. She comes home, clocking it in at 23.725 unofficially, 23.725.
Bailey Witt of Valentine to be next, followed by Jordan Stoll and Keisha DeGraw.
Bailey Witt of Valentine is up next. Bailey Witt was also in the girls' cutting last night, placing 4th with 70 points. Bailey Witt is a Valentine, Nebraska cowgirl. And a WRA athlete. We have several WRA athletes here that we want to spotlight. Bailey also just went to a barrel racing camp, and I'm sure we'll see her in a barrel racing later tonight, but she went to a barrel racing camp last weekend with Cassidy Dennison and learned a bunch of new techniques there and had a great time. Here she comes. Turning that first pole to weave in and out, changing leads. Bailey will bring it on home with a 5-second penalty. 29.848. 29.848 was Bailey's time. Jordan Stoll of Nelson, Nebraska comes up next.
34898. Jordan Stoll should be next, followed by Keisha DeGraw and J.C. Wooters. The Jordan Stoll of Nelson.
Again, today's broadcasting is brought to you by Chance Canada, safely delivering the energy Americans need every day. It's also empowered by Exarban Rodeo. Make sure you stop in for the Stock and Rodeo show. Alrighty, now Jordan Stoll will bring it on home here. The time of 29.885.
Keisha DeGraw will run next, followed by J.C. Wooters and Shaylee McAbee. Keisha DeGraw, the Broken Bow.
Keisha DeGraw of Broken Bow is up. We're having a little trouble at the end gate here, but we'll get her in. Here she comes. Very nice turn. Are you busy?
It's a 27.674.
27.674 is Keisha's time.
J.C. Wooters of Elwood should run next. J.C. Wooters followed by Shaylee McAbee and Sydney Adams. J.C. Wooters.
Again, our replay sponsor is brought to you by Chance Canada, providing energy you need every day for a good neighbor to Nebraska for over 30 years. Here she comes home
24.161.
with a 24.161.
For Jason, 24.161.
One thing about the pole bending and the barrel race, you can go to the left or the right first. Either way, you just gotta weave in and out and come on home on the opposite side. Shaylee McAbee of Hyannis is up. She turns there, weaves in and out. She comes home with a 23.492 seconds.
23.492. Sydney Adamson of Cody will be last in his race. Sydney Adamson.
Sydney Adamson will be last in this race here before we have to rake it again. She will come into the arena. Comes 23.090.
23090. 23090.
23090, and now it's time to rake. Again, thanks for tuning in to News Channel Nebraska and CN Sports Now for our live coverage of Nebraska Rodeo. Again, we're here in McCook, Nebraska for the Southwest High School Rodeo. Be sure to keep tuning in, and when we come back from our commercial break. Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska, with cutting events sponsored by Landmark Implement.
For over 3 decades, Herbert Feed and Grain has been providing cattlemen and ranchers with animal nutrition programs. Programs that help improve the health, performance, and well-being of your livestock. These programs include products such as OptiPrime, a state-of-the-art colostrum replacer and supplement for the in-need calf, kid, or baby lamb. The personal approach directed towards each individual farm and its needs generates a value that's at the core of everything we do. Demonstrating once again, we are Herbert Feed and Grain.
Looking for success in the rodeo arena? Mid-Nebraska Feeds carries a full line of Purina horse performance products that will take you straight to the winner's circle. Purina competition feeds and supplements have years of research and proven success to give your horse the power to perform. Whether it's barrel racing or roping, Mid-Nebraska Feeds is your source for everything rodeo related and the only certified Purina dealer in the area. Find Mid-Nebraska Feeds on the web, Facebook, or on the corner of Highway 30 and 281 in Grand Island.
The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is devoted to a statewide mission of preparing students for successful careers in agriculture, veterinary technology, food, and related industry. One tuition for all students, $121 per credit hour, resident or non-resident. The college provides open access to innovative technical education resulting in associate degrees, certificates, diplomas, and other credentials. The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is an effective and nurturing student-centered learning community with a national reputation for producing graduates who are in high demand by cutting-edge industries.
My husband and I farm north of Blair. We know few things are as important to Nebraskans as land. In fact, many of us who work for TransCanada in Nebraska grew up here. Like me, they're passionate about land, water, and wildlife, the very things we work hard to protect. As an environmental specialist, I'm committed to working together to care for the environment. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. After all, Nebraska is our home too.
Valley Vet Supply, not just a vet supply store, it's a name you can trust when it comes to your animal's health and happiness. From horses to livestock, you'll find what you're looking for. Supplements, vaccines, tack, support boots, blankets and pads, even livestock handling equipment. Browse through the thousands of items online without leaving your home. Or head down to Marysville, Kansas and visit the store and the friendly staff. Valley Vet Supply, Highway 36 in Marysville, Kansas, or online at valleyvet.com.
Valley Vet Supply.
Walters. We're here in Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska, bringing you the pole vending sponsored by Valley Vet. Get all your horses and livestock supplies, everything you need, and visit them in Kansas or at valleyvet.com. Morgan Kessler will be up next. Morgan Kessler was also in our cutting events last night, winning the Sunday's performance with a score of 72. Morgan Kessler is a Callaway cowgirl, a well-rounded ranch hand here as she turns the first pole. Morgan Kessler will make her way home here. 22316. Great job by Morgan Kessler.
Clancy Hesseltine rides next. Clancy Hesseltine followed by Ashley Odenbach, Lexi Lowry. Be ready.
Ashley Odenbach of Taylor, Nebraska will be up next after Clancy Hesseltine of Halsey. Our replay sponsor again is brought to you by TransCanada Energy Solutions for Tomorrow. Here she comes in the back of the box, over by the boxes, Clancy Hesselton from Halsey, Nebraska. Very nice turn there on the end by Clancy. She weaves in and out and makes her way home here. Quick time of 21.062. 21.062 is Clancy's time. Ashley Odenbach of Taylor, Nebraska is up next, followed by Lexi Lowry of Burwell. Ashley Odenbach is a sophomore of Taylor. Turn the corner, here's Clancy. Here she comes home. Ashley Odenbach of Taylor, Nebraska comes home with a 22.114. 22.114.
22-114. Lexi Lowry.
Lexi Lowry is a Burwell, Nebraska is up next.
Chesney Reeves, Jaylee Simonson, be ready.
As we see on the replay here, Ashley did.
Lexi Lowry out of Burwell.
Lexi Lowry's getting ready to come in with a. Here she goes. The white baby powder sneaking off the rump of that horse. Looks like she's going pretty fast. Lexi Lowry makes it home with 22.32 seconds.
22-132. 22-132. Chesney Reeves of Central City next to run. Chesney Reeves followed by.
Chesney Reeves of Central City is next.
Chesney Reeves.
On the replay, you see Lexi Lowry going through those and coming home. She does great pushing that horse back home. Chesney Reeves, again of Central City. Oh, tippy pull there on the end, but she weaves in and out to avoid a tipped pull. Gonna have to add 5 there.
26-252 is the penalty.
26-252 is Chesney's time with the 5-second penalty. She would have been in the running with everybody else, except we do have to add that 5 points to a knocked pull. On our replay sponsored by TransCanada here, we see Chesney having a great run, pushing that horse back home again.
Moving on, Jaylee Simonson of Dunning. Jaylee Simonson followed by Joe Hummermeyer and Maddie Doors. And we'll race Jaylee Simonson.
Jaylee Simonson of Dunning, Nebraska is up now. weaving through. With a tight turn, she comes home with a time of 27.615. We did have a knocked pull down there to 27.615 for the Central or the Dunning Cowgirl. Jay Wow just finished, or is coming up next of Chapel, Nebraska.
Joe Hummermeyer out of Chapel.
Well, we've got a knockdown pull, as you see in the replay. That's where we have to add her a 5-second penalty. Other than that, she pushes us home. Again, 27.615. J-Wow, as people call her, or Joe Hammermeyer of Chapel, Nebraska, makes her way down the pulls, weaving in and out, changing those leads. Quick turn, smooth turn. Joe makes her way home with a 22.018. 22.018. Maddie Dorr of Creighton, Nebraska is up next. She also will be the last one before we have to go to another rake, but got to keep that arena and that ground very good traction for those horses as they go around those poles. We do this in the barrel racing as well.
Second call for Maddie Dorr. Maddie Dorr, second call.
Well, Maddie Dorr isn't here yet, but we're going to wait a little longer for her. Oh, here she comes, making her way. We get 3 calls and a scratch, so she made it just in time before that. Here goes Maddie Dorr of Creighton, Nebraska. She's a freshman. Maddie was also in our cutting last night and several other events earlier today. She does tip that end pulled down. We'll have to add 5 to that. Maddie comes home with a quick time of 23.344 with 5. 28.344 would be Maddie's time for the freshman there. Again, when we come back, we will start off with Brooke Jameson of Ashby, Nebraska. Thanks again for tuning into NCN Sports Now. For all your Nebraska rodeo coverage, we're here again in McCook, Nebraska for the Southwest High School Rodeo. We're going to finish up some pole bending when we come back.
Exarban Foundation provides a collective voice of caring leadership and vision for the future.
It's an overpowering feeling when you open an envelope and inside is a scholarship offer. I would like very much for as many people as possible to have that opportunity.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
Exarban Foundation. Giving back, moving forward. Visit us at exarban.org.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference. www.landmarkimp.com.
For over 3 decades, Herbert Feed and Grain has been providing cattlemen and ranchers with animal nutrition programs. Programs that help improve the health, performance, and well-being of your livestock. These programs include products such as OptiPrime, a state-of-the-art colostrum replacer and supplement for the in-need calf, kid, or baby lamb. The personal approach directed towards each individual farm and its needs generates a value that's at the core of everything we do. Demonstrating once again, we are Herbert Feed and Grain.
Welcome back to all of your Nebraska Rodeo here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Bobby Leanne Walters. We get ready for setting up back up those poles after the rake here for the rest of our pole bending. Cassie Coons here will be our first one up. Our co-sponsors of today's broadcast are Exarban Education. Find more about your scholarship opportunities at exarban.org. They are giving back and moving forward, so make sure to log on again to exarban.org to figure out all about the stock and show rodeos coming up and everything else Exarban has going on for them. Ashby Cowgirl Brooke Jamison is up right now. Brooke Jamison's mother was actually Miss Rodeo America. She's from the O'Neill, Nebraska area. If you guys are listening in that area, we've got some very ranchy horse backgrounds in that family. She makes her way down, turns smoothly, changing leads. Brooke makes her way home here. The 21.669. Rachel Warren of Thedford, Nebraska is up next. The sophomore from Thedford will show us what she's got in this pole bending here. Our pole bending again is brought to you by Valley Vet. Make sure you check out all of their supplies for stock, horses, cattle, and anything else that you may need there at Valley Vet. Replay here on the scoreboard. We see Brooke Jamison making her way back home. She had a very, very smooth run here. Great ride. 21.669 was her time. Thanks to our replay sponsors, TransCanada. Here goes Rachel Warren of Thedford. She makes her way down in. Rachel Warren was also in the goat tying this morning. She did very well. Very smooth turn there on the end. She comes home. We're going to clock her in at 26.626. And like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter what side of the poles you go on. As you see, Rochelle went down the left side on this replay sponsor. She'll come home on the right. Cassie Coons of Callaway, Nebraska. She comes home here, Miss Coons, with a time of 23.924. She has a knocked pole, so we have 28.924. We do have to add that 5-second penalty there. One thing I will mention about high school rodeo is that it is unsanctioned by the NSAA. So many of these athletes that you see here competing in these pole bendings or barrels or any other events that we do tonight, many of them are high school athletes in the NSAA playing basketball, doing track yet while they high school rodeo. So we have a lot of great talent here today coming down. Here's Anna from Spalding, Nebraska, making her way back down the arena. There she comes. home with a 22.239.
22238.
Hannah Huffman of Burwell, Nebraska will be up next. She's a senior of Burwell. As we see on the replay here, Anna does a very good job of pushing her horse. She makes a little clucks every now and then, which gives the horse a heads up, thanks to our replay sponsors there. Hannah Huffman makes her way. Very good job of making a smooth pass through those poles. And she brings it on home with the time unofficially of 23.234.
234.
Brittany McCooley of Mullen, Nebraska. Very talented athlete here. Top ranch hand if you need one in the Mullen area. Watch as the Palomino comes through. Some quick passes. Again, the Mullen cowgirl, Brittany. Very smooth. Brittany comes home quickly. 21.973. Emma Hollenbach of Ewing, Nebraska is up next. As you see on our replay, look at those smooth runs and easy lead changes there as she makes her way home. Emma Hollenbach here. She's a Holt County athlete. That's where I come from. Gotta give out my shout outs to Holt County there. Bringing on home Emma Coxon with a time of 23.696. Taya McCollin of Latchpole, Nebraska is up. Taya McMillan, excuse me. Taya McMillan also was in our girls cutting events last night. She did a very well job with 67 points for Sunday's performance. Taya makes the first round there on that end pole. Oh, unfortunately those rains got that last end pole there. We're going to have to add 5 seconds to that.
Rain caught the end pole, knocked it down, makes it a 31.
Taya McMillan came in with a 29.76 seconds, but we have to add 5 to that, so it makes it 26.476. As you see here on this end pole that she makes those reins come around and slap it and take it down. Otherwise, great run, smooth run. Would have had a great time there, but unfortunately we're going to have to pay her off with a big hand clap. Brooklyn Leach of Dunning, Nebraska is up next. Brooklyn comes down. Great turn there on the end. Oh,
We've got a wide turn there, but she comes back and makes those lead changes very smooth afterwards. Great recovery.
23,009.
Would have been a 23,009, but we do have to add 5 to that. So 28. We're going to go rake here, and we'll come back with Andrea Meyer, Stapleton, Nebraska, here in the pole bending, sponsored by Valley Vet. Again, thanks for tuning in to News Channel Nebraska, NCN Sports Now. For all the rodeo across the spread, we're excited to come be here in McCook, Nebraska. After this, we'll be back with everything rodeo.
Looking for success in the rodeo arena? Mid-Nebraska Feeds carries a full line of Purina horse performance products that will take you straight to the winner's circle. Purina competition feeds and supplements have years of research and proven success to give your horse the power to perform. Whether it's barrel racing or roping, Mid-Nebraska Feeds is your source for everything rodeo related and the only certified Purina dealer in the area. Find Mid-Nebraska Feeds on the web, Facebook, or on the corner of Highway 30 and 281 in Grand Island.
The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is devoted to a statewide mission of preparing students for successful careers in agriculture, veterinary technology, food, and related industry. One tuition for all students, $121 per credit hour, resident or non-resident. The college provides open access to innovative technical education resulting in associate degrees, certificates, diplomas, and other credentials. The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is an effective and nurturing student-centered learning community with a national reputation for producing graduates who are in high demand by cutting-edge industries.
My husband and I farm north of Blair. We know few things are as important to Nebraskans as land. In fact, many of us who work for TransCanada in Nebraska grew up here. Like me, they're passionate about land, water, and wildlife, the very things we work hard to protect. As an environmental specialist, I'm committed to working together to care for the environment. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. After all, Nebraska is our home too.
McCook, Nebraska. We've got a little guy with the back number there. The great thing about all these kids in the high school rodeo is that you always have to wear your bag number, know where you're at, be dressed in full Western attire, hat, cowboy boots, jeans, Western shirt, bag number, everything, or else you will be disqualified from your event. Very, very much a stickler on that. You must enter the arena as well with a hat on, or you will be disqualified. So there's a lot of rules that go with it, but these kids are awesome and great talented athletes here today in McCook. Our rough stock riders for today in the saddle bronc and bareback riding, all of them rode, which is great for these young athletes. It's exciting to see. Gage McBride won the bareback riding with 73 points, followed by Chase Sears of 72. Coming in the arena, we have Andrea Meyer of Stapleton, Nebraska. She turns the corner and makes those lead changes down the poles. Slow turn there on. We're gonna see if we can't find a recovery here.
Andrea Meyer's time is 24.375.
24.375 is what Andrea clocks in at there, the Stapleton, Nebraska athlete. I was visiting with Andrea earlier today. She has some really cool Western shirt on that she has. Her mom and her redo the cuffs and the neckties of those and make them all one solid color. So it's really cool to see what some of these athletes do with their talents. Next up, we have Carrie Murr of Glenville, Nebraska. She makes her turn there on the end. Whoa, got a little trip up there. Carey comes home with a time of 27.335.
Check down right away, make sure she's okay. Time was 27.335.
Cowgirl got a little,
Right now.
got tipped off. It's all right. We're gonna see if she's okay, but we're gonna check out the replay sponsor while we're figuring that out. Watch how the horse trips up there, which just like any other athlete. Sometimes we trip up going through those poles coming up. And she rounds it out with a smooth home run here to finish out with a 27.335. Again, on our replay sponsor, we just did TransCanada. Thanks for them and all that they do, providing energy that we use every single day. It's reliable energy and solutions for tomorrow. Coming up next is Jocelyn of Lexington, Nebraska.
Believe everything's ready to go. Jocelyn Sonicson. Reset the clock, ladies.
Jocelyn was visiting over here, and she's made the junior high finals both years. Another great athlete. She's a sophomore here.
You got a second? Go ahead and check it. And back again, please. Thank you.
Got to make sure those eyes are on. Once something happens in the middle of the eyes, we just got to make sure that they're on so we can get the correct time there.
Okay, we're ready to go. It's Jocelyn Sonicson at Lexington.
All right, Lexington Cowgirl makes her way into the arena. Quickly coming down there on the right side. Weaves in and out very, very smoothly. She comes home. Very smooth run here. Great, great job. 21.833.
21.833.
Like I mentioned, the athletes have some strict guidelines on what they wear, but they have to enter the arena with their hat on. However, if it falls off while they're riding, there is no penalty with that. But great run by Jocelyn. As you see there, she rounds out that end pull. Makes those smooth lane changes there, those lead changes as it comes home. Again with a time of 21.833. Brianna McKay from Spalding, Nebraska. We have a few Spalding athletes here today. Another one that was in the cutting. Brianna makes her way down those poles. Tight turn there on the end. Brianna is a freshman. Clocks in with a time of 23.969. Sydney Hollenbeck of Winter, South Dakota, a freshman as well as up, followed by Peyton Flack. We'll have them finish out to round out our pole bending here. Here she comes, Sydney. Taking that first pull there on the end. Smooth, smooth run. She turns that end pull and comes home. Quick run of 21.1113.
22.113. 22.113. And the final pole bender will be
Peyton Flack of Maywood, Nebraska is up next. Another freshman. It's great to see these freshmen who come into the Nebraska high school rodeo. It's great to see them go through their seasons and grow. Here comes Peyton. come smoothly through those poles. Great job to Sydney.
29.025. 29.025 with the penalty.
29.025. We have to.
Open for today.
We do have to add those 5 seconds to that one. We are going to finish up our pole bending here. That concluded our pole bending here at the Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook. Thanks for joining us here on NCN Sports Now. I'm Bobby Leanne Walters. Again, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, be sure to catch everything rodeo here in McCook, Nebraska.
Exarban Foundation provides a collective voice of caring leadership and vision for the future.
It's an overpowering feeling when you open an envelope and inside is a scholarship offer. I would like very much for as many people as possible to have that opportunity.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
Exarban Foundation. Giving back, moving forward. Visit us at exarban.org.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference. www.landmarkimp.com.
For over 3 decades, Herbert Feed and Grain has been providing cattlemen and ranchers with animal nutrition programs. Programs that help improve the health, performance, and well-being of your livestock. These programs include products such as OptiPrime, a state-of-the-art colostrum replacer and supplement for the in-need calf, kid, or baby lamb. The personal approach directed towards each individual farm and its needs generates a value that's at the core of everything we do. Demonstrating once again, we are Herbert Feed and Grain.
Looking for success in the rodeo arena? Mid-Nebraska Feeds carries a full line of Purina horse performance products that will take you straight to the winner's circle. Purina competition feeds and supplements have years of research and proven success to give your horse the power to perform. Whether it's barrel racing or roping, Mid-Nebraska Feeds is your source for everything rodeo related and the only certified Purina dealer in the area. Find Mid-Nebraska Feeds on the web, Facebook, or on the corner of Highway 30 and 281 in Grand Island.
News Channel Nebraska on NCN Sports Now. I'm Bob and Leanne Walters. We're here at the Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska. Today, our co-broadcasters are sponsored by Exarban Rodeo and TransCanada. Thanks for everything that they do for us here. We're going to slip off over to the team roping side of things. One of the great things about team roping is co-ed, so you might see a girl roping the guy or 2 guys. It's great. A lot of teamwork has to happen in order to score. Both the header and the heeler have to pull that steer tight. So we're going to get started here with Tally Picorni and Cole Dyer of Burwell. Tally is a Bartlett, Nebraska cowgirl. Very well rounded.
Some of the great folks who made donations to our Southwest Nebraska High School.
Team roping again is what we're on. Tally Picorni right now is sitting up there ready to go. Again, Tally Picorni is another WRA athlete. She comes from Bartlett, Nebraska. Very talented. Does barrel racing, does breakaway goat tying, a very fast goat tire. We've got to make sure that those barriers are all set. How this works is that there's a string attached on to the steer inside the rope and chutes, and if that string breaks, that shows that the barrier was broken. We've got to give the steer a head start to make it fair. So if we see that the string breaks, we have to add 10 extra seconds onto their point, onto their score there. The other thing is we got to make sure that that steer's looking straight forward. We want him to come out of the box straight. We don't want him to be looking around or looking side to side. We got to make sure that his head is looking straight and ready to come straight out of that box. Again, thanks for tuning in on News Channel Nebraska. We will also be covering this event and the highlights of this high school event on Wednesday night during Good Life Western Sports at 6:30 p.m. Catch everything rodeo there, as well as we will be covering this high school meet. We will have Jared Slagle, who will be covering our pro rodeo updates. No luck there on the heading side of things.
Troy McCook, Zane Patrick. Our next team, followed by Zeb Jenkins, Jack Scavdall, then Ashley Odenbach and Evan Hewitt. Troy McCook, Zane Patrick.
Callie Picorni and Zane Patrick are next. Zane Patrick is also a Bartlett, Nebraska Cowboy. We've got to make sure that that hitter, who is on the left side there, is perfectly in the box, just like he wants. We've got to square it up to the corner of that box. His horse's head has to be looking at that steer. As you see, the guy in the red down there is directing that steer's head to make sure that he comes straight out of the box there. We'll head, we've got to dally down, catch two hawks here and stretch it tight. Great job by the pair, Coy Picorni and Zane Patrick, Bartlett and Stapleton. Your healer is a freshman. It's a great catch by our freshman. Again, great head catch there and dallied down.
Zeb Jenkins, Jack Scavdall, your next team.
Zeb Jenkins and Jack Zackdahl of Marshland, Nebraska are up next.
Powers and Larson. Jenkins and Scavdall.
Another great thing about high school rodeo is that this isn't a learning experience. We've got many directors in the arena helping kids with whatever they may need, making sure that they're safe, making sure that everything is done right. Zeb is going to back into the box there. As you can see, they're going to make sure that that steer comes straight out. A little jump at the barrier there, I see. And it was a miss on the heading side. No time for the two from Harrison in Marshland. Going on to Ashley Odenbach and Evan Hewitt. Look at that jump right there as we go. Yep, see that barrier? That's where we've got to make sure that steer gets a little head start. And sometimes the horses jump into that barrier, which we don't want them to, but sometimes they do.
Ashley Odenbach and Evan Hewitt.
Again, Ashley Odenbach of Taylor, Nebraska, and Evan Hewitt of Dunning. Ashley is on our heading side of things. They're on the left side of the rope and shoot. As you see, we've got some great judges there too. The flag will he'll wave the flag when the steer is pulled tight by both ends. He also waves it when it's a no time we can't score those when they don't catch, but stretching that barrier across there. As you see, the heeler is waiting for the header to nod to say that they're ready to go. We need to make sure that that header is all set up and squared away and that everything's in the right spot. Just like anything, a horse is an animal athlete, gets nervous. We got to make sure that they're calm in the back of the box. Here he comes down. Got a head catch. We got to turn it and grab those hocks. We got to stretch it tight though, as you see the judge wave the flag. We do have to add a +5 to their time because of the one hock there.
$17.35. 17.35 is the penalty. 17.35.
17.35 is the time there. That's with the +5.
Bauer and Kunke should be now.
Josh Powers and Corey Larson, both of Arthur, Nebraska and Whitman, Nebraska, both freshmen. They're getting ready in the back of the box there.
Drop even another one. Yeah, Chaz and Weston, right? Yeah.
Josh Powers was also part of our cutting last night. He ended up in 4th place on the Saturday's cutting, with 70.5 points, and again 4th in Sundays with 72 points. He actually tied with Chase. He actually tied there with 72 points.
Chaz Bauer and Weston Kunke.
Here he comes out of the back of the box again. They jumped that the barrier. Steer was a little fast there for him. We're going to score him at no time. Chaz Bauer in the Weston Kunke of Lexington and Chapel, Nebraska. You know, sometimes when things don't work out like that, all we can get them is a nod and a hand clap. Look at that jump there. That's a big jump there on our replay sponsor. Brought to you by TransCanada. As you see again, we've got either boys and girls can both rope together here. Here we go. Roping out. We've got a nice head catch. We're going to swing him, try to kick those feet there. We've missed. So, in that case, it is a no time. Both ends have to catch in order to get a time there. Shaylee Maccabee of Hyannis, Cole Leibel of Atkinson are up next. Again, as we see this, a great head catch and a swing. It was just right there and ended up out.
Shaylee Maccabee, Cole Leibel.
Shaylee Maccabee of Hyannis and Cole Leibel of Atkinson are up next. Shaylee's on our heading side of things. Cole Leibel is on our heeling. Stretching that barrier out there again. Gotta make sure that that steer is looking straight forward. I'm seeing them mess with him a little bit to get his attention. Here we go. The loop got tied up. It's a no time.
Going to go to Tyler Ravenscroft, Cody Foster, followed by Nathan Foss, Ty Bass.
As you see on our replay board here,
Tyler Ravenscroft, Cody
we've got a missed loop. Swung and a miss. Alrighty, Tyler Rosencroft of Nasal, Nebraska, and Cody Fawcett of Mitchell, Nebraska are up next. Tyler is a sophomore and Cody is a junior. Great team. One thing that's also really cool is if you noticed in our team roping, we have several athletes who are not from the same area. In our last one, we've got Hyannis and Atkinson. Now we've got Nasal and Mitchell. It's great because these athletes meet up at these high school rodeos and can compete together and be partners in that, and they just practice every day on their own or when they do get a chance to get together. So that's very interesting on some tactics on the way that they do practice in the rodeo field. You see this a lot in other levels as well. Here we go. A nice head catch. Oh, a little lofty on the head catch there.
Got a front foot in there, not going to work out.
And we've got a front foot also in there, and that's not going to work out. We got to give him a no time. Ty Bass, Nathan Pass are up next. As you see on our replay, that's a big loop, and we've caught the front foot in there and the front shoulder, so we've got to give it a no time there. Nathan Pass of Scotia, Nebraska, and Ty Bass of Brewster. Ty was also in our cutting events last night. Ty ended up 5th in Saturday's performance with 70 points and ended up in 7th again with 65 points on Sunday's performance. We're making sure that they put that, again, they're putting a string or a loop or rope around the steer's neck to make sure that that barrier, that's how they tell if the barrier breaks. We've got to give that steer a head start here. Backing up into the box, making sure everything's squared away. Here we go. A nice loop. Oh, we caught one hawk. We've got to stretch him tight. See the horse is backing up there. Oh, there's. We got to add 5 there. On our replay, sponsored by TransCanada. Head catch there, a nice turn.
14.95 with the penalty. 14.95.
14.95 is a score there. That's with the plus 5.
Georgie Loggy and Mitchell Tucker, and Bailey Witt and Jalen Ravenscroft. Going to Gus Franzen, come on, Margarita.
Gus Franzen of Kearney, Nebraska, and Thomas Margres of Lexington are up next.
Sponsored by Eagle Convenience Store.
There you go, we're watching in on that header there for an otter head. Oh, dally down there. Oh, we're off. No time there for Gus Franzen and Thomas Margres for the sophomore and junior duo there.
Not fitting the way you like it, no time for Gus.
Just didn't fit the way they wanted it, but we give them a round of applause there as we head on to the next one. Georgie Legg of Arthur, Nebraska, Mitchell Tucker of North Platte. Georgie Legg is a freshman and Mitchell Tucker is a sophomore. Georgie Legg has done very well in the Reined Cow Horse. She was the champion, the state champion, just last weekend in the Reined Cow Horse for Nebraska. Great job, Georgie. Keep following all those updates. We will see the girls cutting as we did last night and several other things as we just kickstart off the high school season today. Again, here we go, a nice loop. They're done by Georgie. Oh, dally down and pull that tight. And there we go, we gotta add 5. The clock stops as soon as both of those ropes are tight. We've got to, in a sense, make sure that they're very tight, and that's when the clock stops. You just notice here on the replay, we've got a nice turn by Georgie, and we cut loose. There's a little slack there, and you see Georgie going away to try to tighten that up. I'm not quite sure what they ended up on time, but we do have to add a plus time or +5 to that.
Taylor and Tanner will be next, followed by Clay Bauer and Austin Herbert.
Alrighty, up next is Bailey Witt and Jalen Rosencroft of Nazel, Nebraska. Bailey Witt is again another Valentine, Nebraska athlete. We've seen her in the pole bending just a while ago. Alrighty, we see here a nice loop. Oh, we did have both feet there, but ended up with a nose time. Nice head loop by Bailey Witt. She dallies down, and when we dally down, we've got to have a full wrap of the rope around the saddle horn. As you see Bailey there just undallied, we've got to have a full loop around there. Taylor Wimham and Tanner Wimham, both immoral. I'm assuming this is a brother duo. One's a freshman, one's a senior, so we'll be watching them take place here. Ooh. We've got a tight head loop there. If we've only got one more in, it's going to be in no time for Taylor and Tanner. We're going to go all the way to Clay Bauer and Austin Hurlburt of Norfolk and Arcadia, Nebraska, both freshmen. We're going to have Clay on the head knee and Austin on the heel in. We'll watch them back into the box here. Again, thanks for tuning in to NCN Sports Now for all your Nebraska rodeo coverage, live Nebraska rodeo coverage. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday for Good Life West Sports as we recap this weekend's events and all of the other pro updates that we have coming in this weekend. See our athletes backing into the box there. Out of the box we come with a nice head catch, split turn. We're going to catch one of those hawks and turn.
+5, only 1 foot.
Got a +5 to that. Waiting for an official time here.
14:48 with the penalty.
14:48 for the duo. That includes that +5 of the hawks not being both in the loops. As you see, he turns that steer. We only caught 1 foot. We've got to make that tight. 14.48. Cameron Jensen of Bingham, Nebraska, and Jackson Davis, also of Bingham, Nebraska. You know, we have Nebraska high school rodeo athletes from all across Nebraska. As you see, we have Columbus even represented today, Norfolk represented. We even have Page, Nebraska, and then all the way over to Cody Kilgore, Scotts Bluff, Mitchell, Nebraska. We get clear out there. So it's great to see all these kids come together to enjoy the sport of rodeo all in one spot. Here we go with Cameron and Jackson with the missed head catch. Unfortunately, we're going to have to shake him away tonight with the hand clap and a no time. We're going to have to send them back and keep practicing until the next time we broadcast live. So if we can't see Cameron and Jackson both catch the next one. Sage Miller and Claude Potter of Cambridge, Nebraska is up next. We're gonna go with Cornhusker Toyota for our team roping sponsor today.
With an empty loop and no time. Receives another Quade Potter. Move on to Parker Johnson and Cade Adamson. Parker Johnson, Quade Adamson. Followed by Mabel and BJ McAbee, Karen Sherman and Isabella Budzinski. See Parker Johnson, Cade Adamson.
Parker Johnson, Cade Adamson. Parker of Maywood, Cade Adamson of Valentine, Nebraska. Up next, both seniors. Cornhusker Auto Toyota here in Nebraska, the only dual Toyota Honda dealer that you'll find here at home for the award-winning 2007 Coma truck located in Dyers Avenue in Grand Island. Thanks to Cornhusker Toyota and Honda for sponsoring our team roping and tie-down areas here. Again, coming in is Sage Miller and Quad Potter of Cambridge. We've got a steer that decided to lay down.
Doesn't work out for Parker and Cade. Mabel and BJ McAbee. We're up next, followed by Karen Sherman and Isabella Budzinski. Merritt Van Horn and Gage McBride. Be ready to go. Mabel and BJ McAbee.
Alrighty, up next is Parker Johnson and Cade Adams. Again, Maywood and Valentine athletes. You see them loaded back into the back of the box. We got to make sure that steer's looking forward. As you see, Alex Christensen making sure that that's steer's looking forward. Got a head catch there. Unfortunately, we missed the heel inside. Mabel and BJ end up with a no time. Taryn Sherman and Isabella Budzinski of Central Nebraska and Palmer, Nebraska coming to the arena next. Again, as you see, there's many people in the arena helping out with everything that we do for all these different events.
All right, we'll go to Van Horn and McBride. Merritt Van Horn, Gage McBride, then we'll go back up to Sherman Budzinski. Van Horn, McBride.
Alrighty, we're gonna actually switch down to Merritt Van Horn and Gage McBride. Garrett Van Horn is a Page, Nebraska athlete. Gage McBride of Kearney. We've got a sophomore and a senior pairing up here. Van Horn is an absolute standout here. He was in our tie-down roping. Unfortunately, we had a broken barrier. We had to add some time onto Merritt's time there. But Merritt, it comes from a family that is very background in rodeo. Alrighty, here we go. Merritt's loading into the box. We're gonna back up again, make sure that everything is sound and very level, and making sure that everything is still and ready to go. Again, the steer is released at the site of the header's knot. As we look here on the left-hand side, we'll watch Merritt nod his head there. That means that now we can let the steer go. Merritt gets a head catch. Fortunately, we've got some front hocks in there too. So that is not what they wanted to hear, but that is in no time for them.
Charlie and Budzinski, then Cole and Coleman, Herbert and Lindsay be ready. Taryn Sharman, Isabella Budzinski.
Alrighty, yes. Now we're going to go back up to Taryn Sharman and then Isabel Budzinski of Central City, Nebraska. Here we go. The two are both juniors pairing up for this. We're going to sit here and watch Taryn nod his head as he comes in. He's going to tell us when everything is all good to go. We're stretching that barrier right now. There he goes, out of the gate. Steers a little fast for him for this run. Unfortunately, we're going to have to give them a no time. Darren dropped his rope in that, so we've got to move on. Pam off with the hand clap. On a rodeo replay, you see this here.
Followed by Gentry Herbert, Grant Lindsay, and Blake Henry, and Brody Davis.
Fortunately, again, we have to give him a no time from that dropped loop there. Gentry Hurlburt of Arcadia and Grant Lindsay of Osceola are up next. Again, thank you to Exarban Rodeo. Agriculture celebrates agriculture heritage with Nebraska Pioneer and Heritage Farm Awards and Stock Show. Exarban is one of our co-sponsors of today's broadcast. We also want to thank TransCanada for also broadcasting and co-sponsoring today's broadcast as well. Alrighty, we're waiting for some headway to get through here. Gentry there in the red, she is the header.
We're going again with Claire Cole and Wyatt Coleman. Claire Cole, Wyatt Coleman, followed by Herbert Lindsay and Henry Davis.
Like I mentioned, all these horses are animal athletes, and as you can see, sometimes we get a little nervous, a little jumpy. We gotta make sure we gotta calm them down and get them settled back into the back of the box there, all squared away. She's gonna have her horse pointed right at that steer. When she feels comfortable, she's gonna nod her head, just right there.
Nod her head for Claire Cole and Wyatt Coleman.
Here she goes. She's gonna throw a loop, a nice head catch, dally down and turn. We're gonna catch two hawks there and a great stretch. Great job.
New leader 990.
990 for the time. Look at that great head catch there done by Gentry. Turns and Grant catches a solid hawks there and turns them. Great job. 990, 9.90 is the time for them.
Right now, Gentry Herbert and Grant Lindley.
Alrighty, Seth Pearson of Octona, Nebraska, and Brody Davis of Cody. Again, we've got some great athletes here today. Making sure that steer has his head looking forward. Nod of the head. Got a good dally there, kind of caught up with it. Stretching it tight. Great job. Great job there.
Waving the flag at the chase, so plus 10 at the barrier.
Plus 10 there. We're going to have to add for a broken barrier.
24.03.
24.03.
24.03 with the penalty for Gentry and Grant. Well, Seth Pearson, of course we saw him leave here in the cap open. So Blake Henry took his place with Brody Davis. So Blake Henry, Brody Davis, followed by
Brody Davis again up with Henley. We're going to watch them come on in. And
Blake Henry, Brody Davis.
Blake Henry. Here we go. A little long there. Unfortunately, we're going to have to give him a no time. Tally Picorni and Cole Dyer, both of Burwell and Bartlett, Nebraska. Cole is a senior, Tally is a sophomore.
Here in this section, Tally Picorni and Cole Dwyer.
Again, like I mentioned before, Tally is a great all-around athlete. Again, in the barrel racing, pole bending, we see her in the goat tie-in. She is a WRA athlete. Practices a lot there in the O'Neill area. She also went to a barrel racing camp last weekend with Cassidy Dennison in Ponca, Nebraska. Had a great time with her there. We'll see what they can do. Here we go. We're going back into the box. Tally's going to give us the okay when she nods her head. Great. Oh, a little long. Missed the dally there. Unfortunately, we're going to have to give Tally and Cole a no time.
Of our team roping. They tell me that's the first section of team roping. Steer wrestling should be next to them.
Ready again, like I mentioned, Tally also does sports outside of rodeo, and so do a lot of other athletes here. They give them a great job for all their talents in the arena, on the court, on the track, whatever they do outside, and it's a great job.
Charlene Schneider, Aaron Rippon, Dustin Hartford, Great Western Bank.
Again, our team roping portion is brought to you by Cornhuska Toyota Honda. They're Nebraska's only dual Toyota Honda dealer, and they're home to the award-winning 2007 Tacoma truck located on Dyers Avenue in Grand Island. Alrighty, thanks again for joining us here on NCN Sports. Now for the Southwest High School Rodeo in McCook, Nebraska. We will be coming back with more team roping right after this.
The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is devoted to a statewide mission of preparing students for successful careers in agriculture, veterinary technology, food, and related industry. One tuition for all students, $121 per credit hour, resident or non-resident. The college provides open access to innovative technical education resulting in associate degrees, certificates, diplomas, and other credentials. The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is an effective and nurturing student-centered learning community with a national reputation for producing graduates who are in high demand by cutting-edge industries.
My husband and I farm north of Blair. We know few things are as important to Nebraskans as land. In fact, many of us who work for TransCanada in Nebraska grew up here. Like me, they're passionate about land, water, and wildlife, the very things we work hard to protect. As an environmental specialist, I'm committed to working together to care for the environment. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. After all, Nebraska is our home too.
Valley Vet Supply, not just a vet supply store, it's a name you can trust when it comes to your animal's health and happiness. From horses to livestock, you'll find what you're looking for. Supplements, vaccines, tack, support boots, blankets and pads, even livestock handling equipment. Browse through the thousands of items online without leaving your home. Or head down to Marysville, Kansas and visit the store and the friendly staff. Valley Vet Supply, Highway 36 in Marysville, Kansas, or online at valleyvet.com.
Valley Vet Supply.
Exarban Foundation provides a collective voice of caring leadership and vision for the future.
It's an overpowering feeling when you open an envelope and inside is a scholarship offer. I would like very much for as many people as possible to have that opportunity.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
Exarban Foundation. Giving back, moving forward. Visit us at exarban.org.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference. www.landmarkimp.com.
For over 3 decades, Herbert Feed and Grain has been providing cattlemen and ranchers with animal nutrition programs. Programs that help improve the health, performance, and well-being of your livestock. These programs include products such as OptiPrime, a state-of-the-art colostrum replacer and supplement for the in-need calf, kid, or baby lamb. The personal approach directed towards each individual farm and its needs generates a value that's at the core of everything we do. Demonstrating once again, we are Herbert Feed and Grain.
Looking for success in the rodeo arena? Mid-Nebraska Feeds carries a full line of Purina horse performance products that will take you straight to the winner's circle. Purina competition feeds and supplements have years of research and proven success to give your horse the power to perform. Whether it's barrel racing or roping, Mid-Nebraska Feeds is your source for everything rodeo related and the only certified Purina dealer in the area. Find Mid-Nebraska Feeds on the web, Facebook, or on the corner of Highway 30 and 281 in Grand Island.
Welcome back to NCN Sports Now here on News Channel Nebraska. It's great to be here in McCook, Nebraska at the Southwest High School Rodeo. We're still on the team roping events with T. White and Rio Whited, both of Lincoln, Nebraska. We're now on the eastern side of the state, freshman and sophomore. Great to have them here. Again, make sure that they come out of that box straight.
$11-10.
11-10 there. Excuse me, we've actually just done the first section of team roping. We'll come back to the second section in a bit. We've gone on to the steer wrestling side of things here. That was Cade Potter of Cambridge with 11.4.
Total time for
Chase Miller out of Broken Bow is up next. Here's a sophomore. He also qualified at the Nebraska State Fair. He was the all-around cowboy there. There's a great sponsorship opportunity, scholarship opportunity for them. As you see Cade here, great catch, throws him down. A little tough here, as you can see though. What we've got to do is have all 4 legs up in the air. Zane Patrick of Bartlett, Nebraska is up next. Great job there by the Broken Bow athlete. Time of 2.34 seconds.
6:20 the time, 6.20, 6:20 for Zane.
6:20 for a time.
6:20. Zane Patrick of Bartlett next to run. Zane Patrick followed by Ty Chapik, then Talon Mathis. Zane Patrick.
Zane Patrick is up at Bartlett, Nebraska Cowboy. And our replay sponsors, you can see that quick turn of the steer. Again, great job by Chase Miller on that. Here's Zane Patrick of Bartlett. Great job there by Zane Patrick. Alrighty, we thank MCT Trailer Sales for this sponsoring the steer wrestling portion of today's event.
Ty Chapik, next steer wrestler, followed by Talon Mathis, then Tanner Weather. Ty Chapik of Mitchell.
Alrighty, we're gonna back up into that box. Make sure that again, we want that horse looking at that steer. He's gonna jump off, catch those a little quick. The steer is tonight, so we are gonna have to give them a no time.
Then he's not going to jump, no time. No time for time.
No time. Talon Mathis is up next.
Talon Mathis, followed by Tanner Weather and Josh Powers.
Atkinson, Nebraska athlete. Talon is again a sophomore. Great athlete. Okay. Alrighty, in the steer wrestling portion, as you can see, we've got two people. And the people on the right side over there are the hazers. When you look, he's hazing him, make sure that he can get off and turn that steer. We got a quick time here. We'll wait for the official time that we get from our announcers.
6:94 for Talon. 6:94, 6:94.
Alrighty, we thank Three Rivers, your communications leader. Visit Three Rivers at www.threerivers.net. Again, we thank them for co-sponsoring this event as well. Thanks again for them. 6.93 is what we ended up there with Talon. Tanner with them from Morrill, Nebraska, senior. Thanks to our replay sponsors, TransCanada again. Another quick steer as we see them. He gets away. We'll have to give them Tanner a no time. Josh Powers of Arthur, Nebraska. He's a freshman. We're going to follow up with him. Another great thing about the steer wrestling portion of this event is that these horses are going extremely fast, and the rider's expected to just jump off of the horse and take down the steer per se, and make sure all 4 feet are up in the air. We've got to do this in the fastest time wins. The hazer will keep that steer going straight so that the steer wrestler can jump off and get on those horns. Again, we have a barrier involved in the steer wrestling portion. Again, if they crack that barrier or break that barrier, we're going to have to add 10 seconds to their points. So you see here, Josh Powers is getting ready. Again, that hazer's there just as a guide, so we go and open the chutes as soon as the steer wrestler, Josh Powers, right here in the left-hand side, nods his head. Look at him go. Unfortunately,
Powers of Arthur taking a digger.
we took a digger there with a no time. Marshall Still of Octono, Nebraska, sophomore,
Followed by Gus Franzen, then Colton Stores.
took a ground plan there.
Well, a pair of reading glasses were turned into us. They were found on the west end of the ground. On the west side.
We also want to thank University of Nebraska Technical Agricultural College for all of their support. They give us a lot of different things, and they sponsor our national anthem, Cowboy Prayer, and are part of our broadcast today. So thank you to all their athletes and our rodeo athletes for sponsoring this event as well. Again, we do want to thank our co-broadcast sponsors for this event. Out of the chutes, here's Marshall Still. Again, takes a hard land there. We're going to have to pay him off with a no time tonight. These Cowboys are pretty tough to be jumping off horses and to be handling these livestock that they do, whether that be in the saddle bronc, bareback riding, or wherever that may be. One of the great things also about steer wrestling is we have some well-trained horses, and as soon as that athlete jumps off the horse, that horse is expected to come all the way back or stay at the end of the arena so that the hazer can go back and grab that horse for that rider. So you see that happening right there. Alrighty, Gus Franzen of Kearney, Nebraska. He's a junior. He's gonna back up into the box there, pulling that barrier tight. Alrighty, we're gonna go at a head nod here whenever he gives us the oh, we got to get all four of those legs up. Oh, hold them, keep them up. Look at how tough these kids are. I tell you what, they just want it really bad. Stick with it, Franzen. Gus, dang it, he let him go. But I tell you what, we have some tough people here in these athletes.
Move on to Colton Store out of Sutherland. Colton Store. He's followed by Zeb Hagen and Gage Hasty.
Look at how much effort he's put into that and how great he's stuck with it. Gus, we give it to you, man, but unfortunately we're going to have to pay you off tonight with a no time. Alrighty, we're going to go back up to Colton Store. Colton, man, we've said this name several times tonight. He was in the cutting last night. He was in the tie-down roping tonight as well. So Colton is another great athlete. When they can be on the cutting side of things and the rodeo side of things, that's great when we see those varied athletes. All right, we're going to go back to the chutes here, the boxes. When he gives us his head nod there, we'll let him go. He's going to jump off, capture those oh, see, look at him go. He's not going to let go. Great job. Again, Colton, we're going to have to pay off with the no time this time, but great way to stick with it and keep it going. As you see on our replay, Store jumps off and fortunately gets in front of that. We need to dig our heels in and stop that steer from going and roll him over. So fortunately we got ahead of him. Thanks to our replay sponsors, TransCanada, for supplying energy for everyday Americans that we need. That is great. Thanks for sponsoring our replay there. Alrighty, we're here again. Zeb Hagem of Torrington, Wyoming. Oh, excuse me. Yes, Zeb Hagem of Torrington, Wyoming. Here we go. Oh, that steer got a big head start. He's a quick one. We're gonna again have to pay them off at the no time. And when you get out a little too late like he did there, that's what happens. Those steers sometimes get away from you, and we've got to keep them there so we can jump off. But unfortunately, again, we're going to have to pay you off with the no time, Zeb. Brandon Kalkowski of Wisner, Nebraska, junior. We're going to watch him steer wrestle here. Steer wrestling is also known as bulldogging for a lot of people that don't know that. Look at this. He's our bulldogger over here. Jumping off, dig those heels in, get it out there, turn him, and all 4 legs up. The flag drops. We're going to sit here and wait for a time for Brandon. 794. Great job for Brandon there. Again, Chase Miller still leading our steer wrestling. That's a great flip there by Brandon. Again, we're looking right here at Chase Miller leading. It's what I've got with Talon Masses. And unofficially with Gage coming in second. So we're going to go to our Wisner Cowboy. One thing else I want to say about rodeo is that you see all these athletes back here talking and helping each other out. This is a great uplifting sport. They all compete against each other, but they also help each other out anytime they may need a hazer or use a horse or to do anything. These kids are there to help each other practice and to help each other build each other up, and that's a great thing about our sport. Pride our sport in that. Again, we're going to back up into the back of the box here. We're going to calm them down, get them all situated. We give the horse and cowboy as much time as they need to get into that back of the box and to square away. We don't want them hugging that sideline. Alrighty, we're going to try to back up in. Just getting a little off there. Again, like I tell you, we give these horses and cowboys as much time as they need to back up into the box. Again, thanks for tuning in to News Channel Nebraska, NCN Sports Now for our live broadcast of Nebraska Rodeo. We are broadcasting live this. We will be in Hastings next weekend for the college rodeo there. It'll be fun to see that last go of the college rodeo. Also, be sure to tune in to Good Life Western Sports every Wednesday night for all of our recaps and results from this event. Here we go. Brian Kalkowski jumps off. Oh, dig those heels in. Oh, yes, that was a quick one. Quick one for the freshman. 6:17. Alrighty, that's a new leader. Brandon is a new leader there from the Wisner Cowboy. 6:17. Look at how he dug those heels in. That is a great run, I tell you. Alrighty, on to our Springview Cowboy, Sage Miller. Alrighty, here for Sage Miller, we're going to stretch that barrier across again. We don't ever want to add any extra seconds for a broken barrier. We've got to give that steer a little heads up. As we see, if you see in the rope and shoot there's a guy pushing on the steer. That is just to make sure that he comes out straight. Again, he little fast on the steer. We're going to have to pay him off with a Sage Miller with a no time. You know, Whitman, Nebraska Cowboy. Look at how fast this steer is. Sometimes Cowboys get out late. That one with steer was pretty fast. But we're going to go on to Jeb Jenkins of Harrison, Nebraska. Yes, we're going to pay off Sage Miller with a no time there. Again, we're going to go over to Jeb Jenkins of Harrison, Nebraska, the freshman, excuse me. This young athletes, stellar performances today. Unfortunately, we took a big dirt fall there, and we're going to have to pay him off as well with a no time. Watch him as he comes out of the box there. Tries to catch those horns and just slips off. Sometimes we're going to have to take off some beating and bruising when we try to jump off our horse at that speed, but they're cowboys. They're tough. Look at that. We've got a nice viewer from up there behind the box. It's great to see all age levels here from the chutes. Look at that. I tell you, this is great that we've got just people hanging out all over watching this rodeo. Alrighty. Gotta give a little shout out to Alex Christensen. Look at her. She's a girl back there. We love what she's doing with the Boots Stock Company there. Look at digging his heels in. Turn that steer, baby. We need all 4 feet off the ground. Great job there with the flag. We're going to wait for an official time for Corey Larson. 10-13 for the Whitman, Nebraska Cowboy. 10-13. Watch him as he has a tough time turning that steer, but all 4 legs came up. It's time of 10-13. Look at that future little cowboy right there in the making. I tell you, we have a lot of young athletes here messing around outside watching the performances, and they're all wearing their cowboy hats, all wearing their spurs. This is great. We've got a lot of young talent here, and future talent at that. Alrighty. We're going to go to Weston Kunke of Lexington, Nebraska. As you can see him, he's waiting to make sure everything's all set up and getting ready to go. Again, we want to give out a shout out to our sponsors. Alrighty, we're going to give a big round of applause to Landmark Implement. They've got dealerships across the state of Nebraska, and visit them for your any John Deere dealerships. Thanks again for Landmark Implement for all that they do for our live broadcasting here of Rodeo across Nebraska.
We're working on the barrier just a little bit. That'll give us time to give you the results of the pole bending. Champion pole bender was Clancy Hesseltine for the 21.062. The first place, Clancy Hesseltine.
Alrighty, Cassidy Hesselton just won the pole bending. We just got a confirmation on that. Great job to her. Alrighty, well, we're going to again go to Weston Kunke of Lexington, Nebraska. As we're going to get inside the box.
And Joe Hummermeyer was 10. Clancy Hesseltine, first place in pole bending.
Making sure that that horse is all, we don't want him leaning one side or the other. See as he takes him forward and rebacks him up there. Here we go. We're going to out of the chutes. Oh, a little far away. Unfortunately, again, when we are out of reach for that steer, we pay him off the best way we can with a large applause. Unfortunately, we can't put any scores up for that one. No time for Weston. Coy Picorni, Stapleton. He was just in our team roping events, but we've got him here in the steer wrestling sides of things. Coy Picorni is from Stapleton, Nebraska. He's a junior. Alrighty. Thanks again to all of our sponsors that help us do what they do and let us broadcast this. We're going to give a big shout out to Three River, your communications leader. Visit them at www.threeriver.com. Again, thanks for them for allowing us to to get out there and showcase this wonderful rodeo show for you guys tonight. We're going to go back to the box with Coy Picorni of Stapleton, Nebraska. Alrighty, we're going to make sure that, again, we give that horse and cowboy as much time as they need.
Stapleton Cowboy Coy Picorni ready to steer up. We got a 16-17 for a fast time right now. Great
Oh, great job. Great job. Unfortunately, he got out a little too quick, and we're going to have to add 10-second penalty to that. $481 plus 10, so we're going to have $1481. $1481 is what we're going to have to pay Coy Picorni off with. Okay, we're going to go Tyler Razencroft of Nasel, Nebraska. Nasel. Alrighty, we're going to wait for him to back up into the back of that box there. Get out. He's going to grab those horns, dig those heels in, and turn him. Burn and turn there. 4 legs up. 6.93. 6.93 is what we're going to have to pay Tyler off with. Zachary Humar of Humar, Colorado. He's a freshman. Great job to the Quick Cowboys here that have put up some great times. Our replay sponsor. There you've seen Tyler just put off a 6.93. Great job to him. Alrighty, we're going to give our shout out to our sponsor, Valley Vet Supply. Visit valleyvet.com for all your supply needs. They've got everything from livestock, horses, dogs and cats, anything that you need for supplies that you may need. Visit them. They're in Kansas. Visit them there or valleyvet.com. Alrighty, here he's going to back up into the box. Again, we got to give that cowboy and horse as much time as they need to make sure everything is just right so that they can have the best run that they can have. Here again, we're with Zachary from Humar, Colorado.
Trying to get his steer up from in the corner where he needs to be. Zachary Humar out of Humar, Colorado.
All right, we're going to wait till he nods his head to let that steer out. Fortunately, that steer is quick. He's a little fast and a little late, so we've got to pay him off with a no time. Humor Colorado Cowboy with a no time. All right. Cobalt TV, a world of channels, your local choice. Provided by Movis Communications Company. Thanks to Cobalt TV for everything that they do for us as well. Again, look at all those athletes behind the chute, making sure that they're cheering on their team. Doing a great job there. Alrighty, we've got Blake Henry of Rushville, Nebraska. And that steer stood up there. That's what happens. It's a luck of a draw. That's what happens. You got to draw good. You just got to keep focused, do what you can, and take charge of that. But other than that, it's the luck of the draw from there. You may have a steer that may stand up just like he did just there. So we're going to get a fast one. But unfortunately, Blake got a stand-up one, and we're going to have to give him a no time. Jackson Davis of Bingham, Nebraska is our next cowboy. Look at all the people in the stands today. We've got a great audience watching. So everybody who comes out tonight and is watching live on News Channel Nebraska, NCN Sports Now. It's great to see everybody viewing in. Again, if you share with your friends, we will be doing this again next weekend. We're going to have to pay this cowboy off as well. Jackson Davis with a no time. Be sure to tune in next week as we go to the Hastings College Rodeo. This is one of the last times the college rodeo will be going on, so we want to be there to support them. Be sure to tune in for that and watch all of the College of the Great Plains there. We will also be doing some pre-shows with visiting with Justin Noakes, college coach there, and talking with him and possibly see what he has to say about everything that's going on there. Also, be sure to tune in on Wednesday. We're going to go back to the chutes with JT Bradley of Brewster, Nebraska.
Be sure to tweet us at NCN Sports for a live shout out or just to tell us where you're watching, how you're watching.
Also,
and
you can
get
tweet
you a
us.
live shout out over the air.
Viewing in from, so.
JT trying to get squared away in the box. JT Bradley of Brewster.
Alrighty. Again, look at, we got to calm those horses down, get them back in the chutes there. We're gonna go at the head nod here. There he is. Dig those heels in, dig them. Stop that steer. Get him over, get all four. We've got to get all four up. Great job by JT Bradley of Brewster. Probably not the way he wanted it to go. It's not as smooth, but it is got a time up. We're going to wait for an official time. 1176. 1176 for the Brewster Cowboy there. Last year was Evan Hewitt of Dunning, Nebraska.
High School Rodeo on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you by Exarban. And leadership is the Heartland Premier network of philanthropy, business, and community leaders. Exarban Foundation.
Officially, it looks like a 6.20 from Chase Miller. Unofficially, our fastest time in the steer wrestling. 6.2 for Chase Miller. The unofficial winner of our steer wrestling is this afternoon.
Alrighty, it's our last steer wrestler, Evan Hewitt from Dunning, Nebraska. Alright, back to our replay here by TransCanada of JT Bradley. Unfortunately, yes, the steer got away from him. We're trying to get this horse here on the other end of the arena to back up into the box. Again, as you can see, everybody's helping everybody down there. That's the great thing about this sport that I'm very proud of. So we're all here to help each other. We want each other to succeed. A lot of these people are practice partners, so that's what's great. Remember to tweet us or let us know on the Facebook where you guys are viewing in at. We want to hear where you guys are all listening from. It's great to see some people from around the states viewing in. Again, tweet us at NCN Sports to let us know where you're viewing in from. Alrighty, we're going to go over to the team roping, back to our second section of team roping. And we're going to finish that event up. So as soon as we get there, we will get started with that. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors here for our broadcasting, made possible by our co-sponsors, TransCanada and Exarban. Thanks for everything that they do for us, and that we're able here to broadcast live here out of out of McCook, Nebraska. We're going to get that steer loaded up there. Alrighty, here we are backing up into the box. All right, great catch there by T. Whited. We got one hawk there. We're going to stretch him tight. +5 for the Lincoln, Nebraska Cowboys for T and Rio Whited. We're going to wait here for an unofficial time for them. On our replay, we see
15:07 was the penalty, 15:07, 15:07 was the penalty.
15:07, 15.07 for a time for T and Rio Whited out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Alrighty, Sean and Chase Miller. Sean Miller is of Callaway, Nebraska, and Chase Miller, Broken Bow. Gonna watch them go at it. We're gonna sit and watch Sean nod his head there for the let go. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pay them out with a no time. Cheyenne Hammond and Brittany McCulley. Valentine and Mullen, Nebraska. Excited to see what they've got here. Again, from our replay sponsor, we've got a no time there from the T. Whited and Rio Whited out of Lincoln. Chase Miller and Sean Miller also with a no time. Look at everybody we've got in the crowds viewing. We've got a great viewership here today. I want to give a shout out though to Alex Miller, as you see the girl in the helping out with the or Alex Christensen, excuse me, helping out in the chutes there. Great cow hand. She's a college rodeo athlete. We follow her on Good Life Western Sports. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday as we cover this event as well as many other events. Cheyenne Hummon and Brittany McCauley of Mullen and Valentine coming up. We're waiting for them to stretch that barrier and hook that.
Looks like anything going on with the rope. There's evidently something wrong with their steer. Cheyenne Hammond, Brittany McCulley, waiting patiently for it.
All right, I want to give a shout out again to Three Rivers, your communications leader. Visit www.threerivers.net for them. Again, we want to thank them for all their sponsorship here for Nebraska rodeo coverage on News Channel Nebraska, NCN Sports Now. All righty, we've got Cheyenne backing up into the back of the box there. Valentine Cowgirl will give us a head nod when she's ready to go. Here we go. Cheyenne's going to throw a head loop here. She's going to catch and dally down and turn. Unfortunately, again, we're going to have to pay him off with a no time. We did have him got there, but it shaked it off. We've got to give him a hand clap and going on to the next one here. Maddie Mindell of Harrison and Maddie Stump of Ellesmere. We got two great cowgirls coming up. The Maddie Duo. Here, that's what we're going to call him, the Maddie Duo. So far, leading the second section is T. Whited and Rio Whited with the 15.07. They did have a +5 at the barrier. We will come back to you with our unofficial updates, though, on who's leading as soon as we get done here with Maddie and Maddie. Out of the chute they go. Maddie throws. Unfortunately, slips off the horns there. As you look on the replay, that loop there just falls off the horns there. Again, we pay him off with the no time. Cameron Lancaster, Nathan Lancaster, both of Beatrice, Nebraska, senior and sophomore. We're going to watch them as they go here in just a second. We're going to clear the arena.
And we just want to do a shout out to Brian Cook down in Beatrice. We had a friend of his come up to the truck earlier, said he'd be watching today. Brian, we're glad you make it back home and can't wait to be working with you again.
Alrighty, we come back to you. Getting ready for Cameron and Nathan Lancaster to back up into that box again. Be sure to tweet us on wherever you're watching us at NCN Sports. We've got some viewers there at the college rodeo in Wyoming. It's great to see that we've got people at another rodeo watching in on us. So thank you for tuning in and letting us know where you were viewing from. Here we go. We're going to swing, dally down and turn. Nathan's going to throw a loop, dally down and stretch him out. We're going to have to give him a +5 on that. For those Beatrice Cowboys. You see on our replay sponsor there, replay board. All right, wait for an unofficial time from our 21:05. That's with the 5 seconds there. 21.05. Marshall Still and Abby Mandela of Harrison. Harrison and Octono, Nebraska. It's great to have this freshman and sophomore duo here. Marshall Still, we've seen him in the steer wrestling. Abby Mandel. Got to get that steer out of the arena first. These athletes are doing a great job. This is each day we have another performance tomorrow, a full day of performances tomorrow that we will be live broadcasting. Here we go with Marshall Steele heading. Unfortunately, caught the tip of that. The tip of the horns there, and unfortunately I have to send him away with a no time again for them. They're looking on replay here. Swings, catches just the tip, and it slips off. Andrew Koenig and Ryan Koenig of Ewing, Nebraska. Man, the Koenigs. Here we go. We've got quite a duo here. Taking it away. Beautiful day outside in McCook, Nebraska. So we see some of our young kids running around. It's great that we have a beautiful day to do this, and we're inside at this rodeo, but it's great to see our athletes. We can't wait to get out there when we come here for the Mid-States possibly. So keep us updated. View our full schedule of where we will be at ncnsports.com. Alrighty, again, Andrew Koenig and Ryan Koenig. Here they go. Andrew's going to throw a loop, and Ryan, well-rounded ranch hand there, unfortunately slips off the back of those hawks. Going to have to send them away, the Ewing Cowboys. Going to have to give them a no time as well.
Ralph Stahl, Zachary Hammer, followed by Kelly Bauer and Jonathan Sonicson. Sam Floral.
Ralph Stouts of Big Springs, Nebraska, and Zachary Hamar of Yamar, Colorado. You know, on the replay, here we go, we've got Andrew. And if you see that, it just slips off those hawks. Unfortunately, again, a no time for those guys.
Corey Larson was 7th, J.P. Bradley 8th, Floyd McCorney was 9th, and Queen Potter finished 10th in our steer wrestling. Again, Brayton Tuckhouse, first place in the steer wrestling. Team roping right now, Ralph Stahl, Zachary Hamers.
Alrighty, we're going to go to Ralph and Zachary here. Quick loop. Just going to turn it out there. And stretches him out. And we're going to have to add 5 for the one hawk there. Missing. 1 foot catch. 1619. 16.9 is the time. Callie Bauer and Jocelyn Sonskin of Lexington, Nebraska is up next. Callie Bauer of Arcadia, Nebraska. We give a shout out to Arcadia for June Holloman. She's still barrel racing. That's the hometown of June Holloman. Great athlete. We will be meeting with her sometime on Good Life Western Sports. And we're going to wait for Callie to back up, settle in, and nod her head. quick loop. Oh, and fortunately, it slipped off there at the very end. As you can see on our replay, she nods her head and comes out of that box. She throws the loop, and it just slips off of that right horn. Again, we're going to have to give them a no time. Going on over to Samuel Forel and Parker Leibel, Kearney and Marina, Nebraska. Again, thank you to the University of Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture. Great to have them on board with all of our sponsorships, and it's great to see them. Their rodeo, and this college and rodeo team have sponsored this event, so we want to say thank you for their sponsorship for this. Alrighty, here we are again with Samuel and Parker. With a missed loop there by Parker. Or Samuel, excuse me. So we're going to have to give Samuel and Parker a no time miss head catch there, as you can see on our replay. Just over the top. Shelby Spankle of Amslo, Nebraska, and Salmo, and Brandon of Wisner, Nebraska is up next. We're stretching that barrier out. Shelby's heading here. As you can see, Brandon's waiting for that head nod. Here we go. Fortunately, again, she missed the loop, the head and loop, so we've got to call them with a no time. JT Bradley and Quentin Anderson are our next teams, followed by Ty Chasek and Blaine Flack. Alrighty, again, this is brought to you by MCT Trailer Sales. It's a great day outside. Be sure to go check out all the trailers that they've got at MCT. Beautiful day outside. We're excited to bring all the action here inside the Kipler Arena. Right here, as you can see, we've got a strong dally on that. Pulled it tight. We'll wait for the official time there. 9:48, 9.48. JT and Quinn, all right. Ty Chasek of Mitchell, Blaine Flack of Crawford, followed by Kaylee Pinley and Zeb Hagem of Torrington, Wyoming. So we'll follow up with those. Look at that great swing there. Catch on those hawks and pulled it tight. They finished out with a 9.48 seconds. Great job. Alrighty, on to Ty Chasek and Blaine Flack, Crawford, Nebraska. Out of the chute they come. Steers a little quick. Gonna throw a loop and go over the top there. We're gonna have to pay him off with a no time. One of these things about rodeos, sometimes you travel a lot, and it's you got to score, you've got to do the best you can, control what you can, and then after that, draw good, because sometimes you take a nasty draw, but it's great to see all of that happening. Alrighty, we're going to go back down to the other end of the arena with Kaylee and Zeb. Kaylee's your header. Zeg Hegeman of Torrington, Wyoming is your healer. She's going to back him up into the back of the box there. As soon as she nods her head, she's set, ready to go. A little late coming out of the box there. We're going to swing and miss just over the top, hit those back shoulders. We're going to have to pay Kaylee and Zeb within a no time. Again, like I was saying, most of these events, we travel a lot. And again, you've got to draw good, you've got to hit hard and score good. But sometimes we leave the rodeos with a no time and no score. And it's the best payment that we get is a hand clap, and we go on and keep practicing. Yes. Yes, a huge thank you to our camera operators. We've got Jay up at this top there. He came all the way down from Beatrice, Nebraska. Giving you a shout out there. He's waving. Great job. Alrighty, back into the box. It's Curtis Palmer, Brooke Jamison. Again, Brooke Jamison is a great athlete. Seen her on the side of things from pole bending, breakaway. And probably see her in the barrel racing. She makes her home in Ashby, Nebraska, way out in western Nebraska. Her partner's from Madison, Curtis Palmer. And as I was saying, this is unique because a lot of times partners, especially in the team roping or in the steer wrestling, hazers aren't always there. And it's great to meet up at these events and have somebody there who can head or heel for you as long as you score good, score sharp, draw good. Things will go well. So here we are again, meeting with Curtis Palmer, Brooke Jamison. I believe our steer is laying down. Let's give a big shout out to our co-sponsors of today's broadcast. We've got Exarban and TransCanada. TransCanada is providing you the energy you need every day and the energy they use every day. It's safe and reliable energy with energy solutions for tomorrow. Be sure to check out Exarban, who's giving back moving forward by logging on to exarban.org. The foundation is giving back and moved forward to make the Heartland a better place for all. Again, log on to exarban.org today. Alrighty, back to the box with Curtis Palmer, Brooke Jamison. We're having some troubles with the steer. Sometimes this happens. I tell you, this stock can do whatever they want. They're animals. We've got to deal with them. And alrighty, Cobalt TV, a world of channels, your local choice. Provided by Mobius Communications Company. Thanks to Cobalt TV. Thanks to Cobalt TV for everything that they do for us here. Sorry about that. My throat got a little hoarse. No pun intended there, viewers. Alrighty, we're gonna let this steer go down. We'll redraw or run him back through. We'll see what they choose to do here.
Alright, we'll move them to the bottom for the extra. We'll go to Grand Third and Talent Test Chair. If you watching here, number 40, Grand Third Talent Test Chair.
Alrighty, we're going to go to Grant Turkpeck and Talon Petska, or Nebraska.
Grant Turk, Talent Petska.
Grant has one of our camera operators from Columbus, Nebraska, has a lot of family in Ord, so he wants to give a big shout out to any of his family who's watching, viewing in on Rodeo today. Grant has been to a lot of rodeos himself, so this is awesome. It's great to see his family tuning in. Alrighty, as we get watching them get all geared up, Grant and Talon Petska. Grant's a little late coming out of the box, but great loop, turn, and score. Unfortunately, we didn't grab those heels, didn't pull it, so we're gonna have to pull it off with the no time.
Danielle Ray, Talon Mathis. Your next team, followed by Jordan.
Danielle Ray and Talon Mathis are our next team ropers.
Talon Mathis.
Again, Talon Mathis, we saw him in the steer wrestling, saw him in the tie down roping. Great Atkinson cowboy, great cow hand. Look at our future cow hands there. As you can see, he's ready to rope some ready to rope some calves later on in his life, but some future stars here. Again, we got to clear out the arena. That's what we're waiting on here. Got to get that steered to the out gate. Again, we want to thank our sponsors with Valley Vet Supply. Make sure to visit them at valleyvet.com. They have supplies all in Kansas. Anything you need for horses, livestock, cows, horses, anything you may need, visit valleyvet.com. Again, be sure to tune in on Twitter to tell us where you're all viewing at. We want to see where all of our viewership is. For sure to follow us at NCN Sports. Alrighty, we're going to go to a commercial break here. When we come back, we'll finish up with our steer wrestling.
The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is devoted to a statewide mission of preparing students for successful careers in agriculture, veterinary technology, food, and related industry. One tuition for all students, $121 per credit hour, resident or non-resident. The college provides open access to innovative technical education resulting in associate degrees, certificates, diplomas, and other credentials. The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is an effective and nurturing student-centered learning community with a national reputation for producing graduates who are in high demand by cutting-edge industries.
Alrighty, we're back here in McCook, Nebraska for the Southwest High School Rodeo. We're going to trip it back over to Daniel Ray and Talon Mathis in the team roping. Unfortunately, Talon missed his loop there, so we're going to have to give him a no time for tonight's performance. We'll see them back tomorrow, though, so be sure to tune in with us tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock a.m. as we start our broadcast there. As you can see, he misses those hawks. Morgan Kessler and Jade Buss of Atkinson, Nebraska are up next. Again, Morgan Kessler, you're very well all-around cowgirl. She was in breakaway, she was in bull, she was in also the cutting events last night. And actually, she placed first in Sunday's performance with a score of 72 points. So, great job to her. Jade Buss of Atkinson, he's another great cow hand. The Buss family is very, very handy when it comes to anything horse ranch related. Morgan throws a loop, catches and turns. Pulls it tight. Great job by them. We're gonna wait for an unofficial time. 10.95. 10.95 for Morgan Kessler and Jade Buss. Emily Stewart and Trent Marshall of Burwell, Nebraska up next.
Right now, Stewart and Marshall.
We got another viewer from O'Neill, Nebraska viewing in. Again, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports to tell us where you're viewing in at. Whoops, unfortunately, that loop fell off for Emily Stewart. We have to give Emily and Trent an O time. As you can see in the replay, it just came off. It popped right off. No time for Emily and Trent. Clayton Simons and Morgan Darnell of Gordon, Nebraska are up next. Both the sophomores. Again, it's a great day outside. We're lucky to be here in McCook, Nebraska for the Southwest High School. Thanks to Landmark Implement. Check out all their dealerships across Nebraska and Kansas and visit landmarkimplement.com. Again, Clayton Simons and Morgan Darnell of Gordon and Mitchell, Nebraska. Out west, we're bringing our Western Cowboys to McCook tonight. Clayton turns. Great catch. Hear that crowd? That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. We're going to wait until we hear an official time for them. 7.90. 7.90. 790. Great job to Clayton to Morgan on that. We're going to go to Wyatt Williams and Chance Williams, both aboard. Assuming a brother duo here, Wyatt and Chance. Freshmen. As of right now, according to my unofficial results right here, Claire and Wyatt are leading with 9.0. Again, these are unofficial. We'll update with all of our official standings later once we get those from the judges and the timers. Wyatt and Chance Williams from Warden, Nebraska is up next. She's gonna turn it there. Wyatt's gonna catch one hot. Good job. There we go. We have to add 5 to that. We're gonna wait for a 13.07 is a time for them, and that includes the 5-second penalty. Colton Storer and Lane Chasick of Mitchell and Sutherland are your last Cowboys in the team roping. Lane and Colton are your juniors here tonight. Again, they're our last Cowboys in the team roping. We're gonna send them away. Great catch. Pull that slack and dally down. With one catch there, we're going to give him a 5-second penalty. Oh, we have to add 15 with the broken barrier and a 1 catch. So we're going to go with the 22.73.
And our
That's not what they want to hear. We're going to have to go back to Curtis Palmer and Brooke Jamison. They were the duo that their steer had a little bit of trouble earlier today, so we've brought that steer back around and we're going to do their draw now. So here we go with a Madison, Nebraska Cowboy with Ashby, Nebraska Cowgirl. Again, both well-rounded athletes here. Again, we got to make sure that steer has his nose right outside of the rope and shoots there. Want him to come out straight. As you can see, they're kind of just moving his head a little bit to make sure it comes out. She goes. Palmer on the head and side. He's going to turn him for Brooke Jamison on the heeling side. Oh, unfortunate. Keep backing up until we see that flag. Good job. There was. We're going to have to give him a +5. She only caught one of the legs, so that's where our +5 comes in. On the replay, you can see this. Great head. Unfortunately, he's got to turn around, as you can see here. Turn that steer around, and Brooke Jamison comes in. 14.26.
That's unofficial. Anderson Bradley with a 9.48 fast time in the team over. Barrel racing up next.
Alrighty, barrel racing is up next. Our barrel racing is brought to you by Valley Vet Supplies in Maryville, Kansas. Check them out online at valleyvetsupply.com. We're gonna rake the arena here. When we come back, we will be all the barrel racing, burning and turning that you can handle right here at Kimplinger Arena in McCook, Nebraska. So stay tuned after these messages from our sponsors when we come back.
My husband and I farm north of Blair. We know few things are as important to Nebraskans as land. In fact, many of us who work for TransCanada in Nebraska grew up here. Like me, they're passionate about land, water, and wildlife, the very things we work hard to protect. As an environmental specialist, I'm committed to working together to care for the environment. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. After all, Nebraska is our home too.
Valley Vet Supply, not just a vet supply store, it's a name you can trust when it comes to your animal's health and happiness. From horses to livestock, you'll find what you're looking for. Supplements, vaccines, tack, support boots, blankets and pads, even livestock handling equipment. Browse through the thousands of items online without leaving your home. Or head down to Marysville, Kansas and visit the store and the friendly staff. Valley Vet Supply, Highway 36 in Marysville, Kansas, or online at valleyvet.com.
Valley Vet Supply.
Exarban Foundation provides a collective voice of caring leadership and vision for the future.
It's an overpowering feeling when you open an envelope and inside is a scholarship offer. I would like very much for as many people as possible to have that opportunity.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
I am Exarban.
Exarban Foundation. Giving back, moving forward. Visit us at exarban.org.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Landmark Implement, your certified John Deere dealer with locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas. Experience the Landmark difference. www.landmarkimp.com.
For over 3 decades, Herbert Feed and Grain has been providing cattlemen and ranchers with animal nutrition programs. Programs that help improve the health, performance, and well-being of your livestock. These programs include products such as OptiPrime, a state-of-the-art colostrum replacer and supplement for the in-need calf, kid, or baby lamb. The personal approach directed towards each individual farm and its needs generates a value that's at the core of everything we do. Demonstrating once again, we are Herbert Feed and Grain.
Looking for success in the rodeo arena? Mid-Nebraska Feeds carries a full line of Purina horse performance products that will take you straight to the winner's circle. Purina competition feeds and supplements have years of research and proven success to give your horse the power to perform. Whether it's barrel racing or roping, Mid-Nebraska Feeds is your source for everything rodeo related and the only certified Purina dealer in the area. Find Mid-Nebraska Feeds on the web, Facebook, or on the corner of Highway 30 and 281 in Grand Island.
The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is devoted to a statewide mission of preparing students for successful careers in agriculture, veterinary technology, food, and related industry. One tuition for all students, $121 per credit hour, resident or non-resident. The college provides open access to innovative technical education resulting in associate degrees, certificates, diplomas, and other credentials. The Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture is an effective and nurturing student-centered learning community with a national reputation for producing graduates who are in high demand by cutting-edge industries.